7 friends, now 7 co-authors, Jamaican-born, 6 of them, now successful individuals living abroad, came together to write the newly released Diary of the 7 Virgins. One of the co-authors, Lord Richards, is here to tell us about the theme of this book. Good morning to you. It's nice to have you on our set this morning. What a great story behind the book. So it's 2 stories, really. The first could be a story in itself. So bring us up to speed. This is like a group, a birthday celebration that turned into a birthday book club, that turned into sharing of stories, that turned into a book.
Absolutely.
So tell me about the story behind the story and the relationship between the co-authors.
Well, Maurice Burnside and myself, we grew up in Spanish Town, and we immigrated to Toronto at different times. We formed friends, and through that, through a business that we went to take advantage of a business opportunity, the 7 of us came together. After we came together, we realized that we needed to build ourselves before we could actually make the money. So we embarked upon a personal development path. From then came the books, CDs, seminars, then the book club, then the birthday book club. And we realized that we've done so much reading, we've learned so much, how can we now share and give back? Because this is what we're about.
Wow.
So we came up with the idea of writing a book.
Yeah.
And didn't really think much of it at the time because it was just the effort to get something done. Halfway through, we realized that we had something that was much greater than we thought because of the value we see in it and what we see the impact can be for others.
Yeah.
For them to learn from not just our experiences, but the experiences of 7 other authors.
So this is really how the books that you all read and the CDs that you read changed your life to the point where you decided you needed to put something on paper to see how you could change the lives of others.
Absolutely.
So it's passing it along. Interesting. So the premise of Diary of the 7 Virgins is essentially that mental virginity is a stumbling block to development, right?
Yes.
So if you're a mental virgin, you need to find a way to unlock that vast area of your brain that's unexplored and being unused.
True, because most of us, we just exist. And most of our brain power remains untapped. And as
that's a mental virginity? Who's a mental virgin?
A mental virgin, anyone who's not enlightened to the reality of life, to their purpose on earth, what they need to do to take themselves from where they are to achieving a lot more. Because we have so much power within us, we don't realize the power. Once we recognize what we don't know, then our eyes are open to all that's available to us.
You talk about that a lot in the chapter of the book that you wrote,
yes.
That book that inspired you, which was the Saint Surfer and the CEO,
CEO, yes.
and the different states of consciousness, where you go from a point where you don't know what you don't know,
absolutely,
to a point where you know what you know and are using it effectively without even thinking about it. Now, the concepts are interesting, but usually people hear about these books about, oh, the power is within you and awaken the power, and they start to roll their eyes and they're like, really, can this book change my life? But apparently it can.
Yes. If you think about it, I'm just an average guy, just like everyone else, just like you. We grew up here, we want more, we go after what we want. But if you don't consciously do things to make a difference in your life, then your life will never change. See, a lot of people, they want to have more, they want to do more, but they're not aware of how to become more. And if you want to do something, you look at people who have done it, don't reinvent the wheel. Figure out what they've done, do it, and the laws of the world will work in your favor.
The laws of the universe. Interesting, because you also write a lot about prayer and
yes.
God and so on. So
yes.
is this a religious book, or is this for even the folks who are not quite so?
It covers everything from religion to relationship to spiritual to just, because you're talking about 7 different people, 7 different perspectives. So it's not a specifically religious book. It's a book for anyone who's looking to impact their lives in a new way, to change their lives, and to do something better. And that's the premise of what our book is all about.
You also do a lot of storytelling in this book, and I guess part of the message that you're sending is that there's a message in every story from which we can learn. You talk a little bit about some of the lessons learned about leaving the past in the past and moving on, and you talk about that young man who went in to do surgery
yes.
for sinuses
yes.
and almost lost his life on the table.
Literally lost his life. He
flatlined.
Flatlined, dead. And he was revived. And his attitude towards that at the age of 15 was remarkable. because he listened to the nurse as she told him what
had
happened.
happened?
And he shrugged and said, okay, and he went along with what he was doing. And she was surprised as to why he was the way he was. And he told her, giving away a bit of the book,
Yes.
that it's in the past, it's behind him.
So I almost died on the table, but there's nothing I can do about it now. I'm still here,
Yes.
so move forward.
Absolutely.
And that was a lesson, the
That
lesson
was a
that was
lesson.
learned. Wow. Very potent stuff, very powerful. You're launching in Canada later on
November
next
17th.
month, November 17th, but this is like your local launch.
Yes, I'm here for a family event and was fortunate to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
Yes,
And
so tell us who the other authors are and tell us some more of what we can learn in the book.
Maurice Burnside, my lifelong friend, Curleen Bennett, Amatus Fonge, Fitzroy Grasset, Angelita Graham, Peter James, and myself, all 7 of us. And their backgrounds range from actuaries to hairstylists to banker to IT, architect, different people from different backgrounds, but with one common goal, to
Which
make a
is-
difference.
Yeah.
To make a difference.
What was it like working with your friends in writing this book?
Oh my goodness, where do I start? First of
I'm
all,
sure
we're
that's
great-
another book in itself.
That's another book. We're great friends, but we have challenges, just like every relationship, every friendship. But we have a code that we have adhered to, where we agree to disagree respectfully and to listen to each other.
Yeah.
Because in the midst of turmoil, some of the greatest ideas are formed.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, you close your chapter with Virgin Reflections and what you call Virgin Wisdom. There's one I really love. No matter what happens in our lives, we must find a way to quickly deal with it, forgive, and let it go. Without forgiveness, we'll keep adding to our bag and weigh ourselves down with things we need not hold on to. Think about the many times we've loved and lost. How heavy is your bag? How many past hurts are you holding on to? Do you have a method to truly forgive and let it go? That's one of the things to think about. This is a book, Diary of the 7 Virgins, Our Journey into Awareness. Lloyd Richards, thank you so much for being here. And the book is available on...
It's
stores?
online.
It's online now.
diaryfor7virgins.com, and it will be in Sangsters, and we're in negotiations with Bookophilia as well.
Fantastic. Muchas gracias. Thank you for being here. Tell the other authors we said how to do.
I will.
All right. And as we wrap, that's it for On the Shelf.